You would be the only person I know that could accidentally conjure a genie in a bottle.
He's not a genie. It was something like Gene, Brio, Codum. I can't remember. He said I could call him Gene.
And is Gene with us now?
No. We were playing basketball and then he disappeared. Right after he took the lead.
Well, let's see. Gene. Nate, sit down. You're making me nervous. Gene Brio Camina Votum. Gosh, that's a mouthful. Does this look like him?
Looks like him.
Cool. It says here that he resides in a place called Bliss.
That's what he said. He's from the land of bliss.
Well, seems like a pretty happy place from what this is saying. The Gene grants wishes to those that pull him to Earth.
Yeah, it was something about a magnet. But like I said, I just fell over and there he was.
Unlike other wish granters, Gene, whatever's wishes don't come with a price. Once your wish is granted, he leaves Earth until called upon again.
Called upon? It sounds like I needed him or something. Wait, so he's just gonna stay here until I ask him for something?
Nate, this is every person's dream. Any wish, whatever you want.
Whatever I want, huh. I don't know about that.
Well, maybe this is a chance to move on. She would have wanted you to live your life, not just be afraid of everything.
I know that. It's just, I really don't want anything. I'm happy with how things are.
Well, at the least, I want to meet this Gene. Let's go. So then, the guitarist jumps off the stage and starts crowd surfing. Everyone is screaming. You could just feel the energy. It was just electrifying. You really should go to one of their shows with me sometime.
I'll pass. Your boyfriend's rock concerts just aren't really my scene.
Just think about it. For me, okay, hang on. I have to pee, but think about it.
Is that oat milk?
Ah! Gene, where did you come from?
Can I have some?
Yeah, whatever. Are you just gonna keep popping in like this? And why are you all like this again?
Well, I heard a new voice. And you know how I am about my first impressions.
I don't think this is the first impression you need to make.
Oh my gosh, is this him?
You see him? Like, with everything?
Wow, your mask is so cool. What's it made of?
It is not a mask. It is a dragon's skull. I got it from a good friend.
So dragons are real?
Not here on Earth, they're not.
And your hands, do your claws have poison in them?
Will things be different? Will they stay the same? Am I gonna be famous? Do I even believe in fame? You could go way back then to when it wasn't all just a dream, not just make believe. Our future reality, gonna do things my way, gonna play by my rules. And if you could see my
Hello, thanks for joining me after the episode for my 2 cents on my Penny series, A Diversity of Creatures. For this little behind the scenes look, I wanted to talk about the book. Initially, the idea that I had for this episode was that it was going to take place in a library. And Nate and Valerie were going to go around, and I had some really cool shots planned of like seeing them in between the bookshelves and like a wider shot, and the transition of like Valerie pulling the book off the shelf, and then it was going to plop down onto a table, and they were going to be sitting at a library table discussing everything. And, you know, as everyone knows, we are in the midst of a global pandemic. So when I had started scheduling out this series, I had reached out to a few different libraries, and of course they all came back and were like, I'm sorry, we can't accommodate you because we're not open to the public. The main actor, Nate, or Brody, he had a connection with Pegasus Book Exchange, and luckily they were able to accommodate us, but we only had an hour to film the whole scene. And so in terms of the book, I found a local bookstore in Redmond. So for about 40 minutes, I was just browsing around, picking out the same exact books, like taking them to another book, comparing them. And during that search, I had actually come across an old book with the title, A Diversity of Creatures. Unfortunately, the book wasn't that beautiful, and so I didn't end up picking it, but the title really stuck out to me because up until that point, I was having trouble trying to figure it out. I thought of the title Radish, because one of my all-time favorite jokes is that I'm rad, but I'm not too rad. And it has nothing at all to do with the story or the script, but I just thought it would be fun. And so I was gonna go with that one, but then I found this book, A Diversity of Creatures, and I thought it was perfect because it is, you know? We have Jean, who is a legitimate creature, but then the two other human creatures who are very different from each other, and it's just this trio, like this diversity of people that are coming together, creating this story and like becoming friends and developing a really good relationship out of it. One of my favorite projects as a kid was working on an Oregon Trail journal with my mom, and what we had done was we used coffee to stain paper and put it together in a journal. So I used that same idea for the title. And then the second part of this book, which unfortunately, because of the timing, like I had mentioned, we weren't able to feature at all, was the inside page. So I figured since Valerie was going to be opening the book in the series, I had to have a page that actually had an image of Jean and like writing about Jean rather than just, you know, typical pages in an old book. And it's you know, I would have done it a little bit better, but I like how this page looked, and I wanted to share it with everyone. Like this video, subscribe to my channel so you can know when new episodes are released, and keep an eye out for future Diversity of Creatures.